everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany. I make bookish content, reading vlogs, book reviews, reading wrap ups, TBR videos. If that is the kind of video that you like, then welcome, and please like and subscribe. So today we're going to be doing a reading vlog of my anticipated summer reads. First that I am reading is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm so excited to read this book. It's the third in a interconnected standalone series. I've read Part of Your World, which is the first in the series, and I have not read Yours Truly yet, but I'm going to be reading this one just because it's so, I love the cover. It just reminds me of the summer, and it's August right now, so I just am really excited to read this. This is like a fake dating trope, and I think it's going to be a really sweet love story. I love Abby Jimenez's writing. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Never read any of Ali Hazelwood's books before. This will be my first. I didn't really realize this before, but this is actually the second in the, I guess, interconnected standalone series, and I'm reading it first, so hopefully that won't be a big deal. This is a age gap romance, so I am excited to check this one out, and it's so like summery vibes. It's set in Italy, and I'm just really excited to read this. And the last book that I'm going to be reading is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. This is a hockey romance, and it's about a flight attendant and a pro hockey player. So I'm really excited to read this one as well. So grab your drink, grab your snack, get cozy, and I hope you enjoy. I just want to give an update on what I think so far of Just for the Summer. I started this on my little lake vacation getaway for my son's birthday, and I literally kept telling myself, okay, just one more chapter and then you're gonna put it down, because I was actually in the middle of reading Kingdom of Ash when I started this book, but I really wanted to read this while we were on our trip, so I started it, and I kept telling myself, okay, you're gonna stop and you're gonna go back to Kingdom of Ash. And I kept reading more and more because it was so good. So the main characters are Emma and Justin. Both of them have a curse where every time they date someone, they break up, and then that person they were dating finds the love of their lives, and they never find the love of their lives. So Justin actually puts out a Reddit ad talking about this curse, and Emma's friend comes across it and shows it to her. Emma ends up reaching out to Justin on the Reddit post, and then they like just start talking. Justin's just like, hey, what if we date and break up with each other and see if we can break the curse? I am really enjoying it so far, and I can just tell that it's going to be probably like a 4 or 5 star read already, just because I'm already hooked. Another update that's so cute is Justin, before their first date, sent her a questionnaire just like asking her about like what she likes, like what she wants to wear on the date, like what kind of food does she like a questionnaire about her interests before their date. So cute. So I was talking about how Justin sent her like a pre-questionnaire. Well, then the next day after she fills out the questionnaire, he sends her like an Evite invitation. Now, like in the book, I'm like, this is cute, you know? It says, please join us, Justin, at the address you provided at 11 a.m. sharp for a surprise activity, lunch, and conversation. Please wear long pants. But I feel like if this happened in real life, I would be like really turned off and weirded out by it. But since it's in the book, I'm like, oh, this is so cute. But in real life, if someone was doing this, I'd be like, what is wrong with them? If you guys are reading updates, so I am currently reading Just for the Summer by Abe Jimenez. I'm about like a third of the way through and it's really cute so far, but like I feel like I liked the beginning of it like a lot and I was really like into the story, but I feel like it's like kind of reaching like a plateau right now, so I'm just ready for it to pick up a little bit. I started reading Mile High by Liz Tom Ford on my Kindle because I need a book to read that's on my Kindle because a lot of times I'm feeding my son and I can't hold my physical book. And so I got Mile High because it's on Kindle Unlimited. And a lot of people have said like that it's not as good as the other ones in this series, which I don't know because I haven't read any of them, but I wasn't expecting to immediately be sucked into this story and I'm really, really enjoying it. I feel like it's the best contemporary romance book that I've read in a while. Besides Magnolia Parks, but I don't really, that's not like your standard contemporary romance. It's a hockey romance, if you don't know. And it's like enemies to lovers. And the main male character, he's a hockey player. And then his name is Z or Zayden, I think. And the female main character, her name is Stevie. And she is a flight attendant and she's working on the plane for like the whole hockey team, like the whole time that they're on tour or whatever, going to all their games. And he is like an asshole player, main character, arrogant, cocky, like a jerk and a like womanizer. And she is like a spicy and FMC who is sassy and does not care. Like all these girls are fawning all over him and she's just like, I don't care. Like, and like it's funny because when he like starts asking her for like a drink or whatever on the plane, she's like, you can get your own drink there in the cooler over there. And so just from the start, he is like, oh, like she's talking back to me. And it's like, it's such cute banter. I love it. So I'm like super hooked on it. Like I could read this whole book in like one sitting, but I haven't had time to do that, but it's so good. I highly recommend it. And they finally just hooked up for the first time and he literally wants, like, she's like darting out of his hotel room, like ready to get her Uber. And he's like, wait, what? Why are you leaving already? And he like literally chases her into the hallway naked. Oh my God. And leaves and accidentally locks himself out of his hotel room, like literally leaves the room key in there. But I'm getting like, I'm about a third of the way through that book too, I think. And you're like getting to the point where like it's supposed to be like just like a one night stand. And he's starting, you can tell he's like starting to fall for her. So it's super good so far, y'all. I highly recommend it. But I'm going to read a little bit more of this. And I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow so that I can start working some more on the other books in my August TBR, but I will update you soon. Reading update, I'm about 50% of the way done with Mile High, and it's still so good. I am eating it up. Right now they're at like the little fundraiser or the charity event. Stevie's ex-boyfriend is there and he's like an asshole, and it's really cute because Xander's goes and sticks up for her and like is like, no dude, like she doesn't want to hang out with you. And he's just, I just like a man that does that, like that will stand up for his woman. The other cute thing is like Stevie has a lot of like body image issues, which I know a lot of us women do. And she has like her mother who's always talking about how she's needs to not eat as much, and like she wears too tight of clothing, and just a lot of like body shaming comments. And she always feels like she's like the curvy one out of like all her friends that are skinnier and everything. And so she feels uncomfortable when she's around her ex-boyfriend, who also made her feel that way, like she wasn't good enough, and had body image issues. But when she's like sucking in or whatever when she's around him, and then when Xander's comes over, she's like, I'm not even trying to suck in, like he always makes me feel beautiful and confident just like in my own skin. So I really love that. It's so cute. I finished Just for the Summer yesterday. I rated it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed the story. If you have read Abby Jimenez's books before, what I really enjoy about them is that she always has like a realistic couple, to where like the couple is struggling with like problems like that you face in real life, and it's not all just like an unrealistic lovey-dovey love story. And that's what I appreciated about this book, is that both of the couples, I mean both of the main characters had all family problems that they were dealing with, and that's realistic in real life. Everyone has certain problems that they're dealing with, and it impacts your relationship with other people, like with your partner. Family impacts your relationship, and it's a lot of romance books don't include like realistic scenarios like that. So that's something I really enjoyed about this book. I also thought it was a really cute idea with the whole that they each have a curse where everyone that they date ends up with the love of their lives, and that they're trying to break that curse. I enjoyed the fake dating trope, and I thought it was a really cute love story. The reason I rated it 3.5 stars instead of like 4 or 5 stars is because I wasn't as like invested in their relationship as I am with other like romance books that I love, like Magnolia Parks. I really love the relationship between Julian and Magnolia, and I was super invested in their relationship, their chemistry. They had good chemistry. This, it's like I was able to admire their relationship and go, oh, this is cute, like, and I cared about them individually, like the family problems that they were struggling with. But when it came to Justin and Emma's relationship, it was very slow burn before they actually like ended up kissing. But when they actually kissed, I wasn't like, oh, I've been waiting for this. Like it was just like, oh, cute. Like, so that's why I didn't rate it higher than 3.5 stars, because I wasn't super invested in the couple. Like I just thought they were cute. Stars, I would still recommend it. I'm just saying I didn't have that feeling where I was so invested in their relationship that I would rate a 4 or 5 star book. The other book that I was reading at the same time as this was Mile High by I can't remember her name. Liz Tom Ford. I loved that book. I rated it 4.5 stars because it wasn't like perfect, but it was near perfect, and I was super invested in Z and V's relationship. They definitely had so much chemistry, and I just ate up that book. I loved it so much. I loved the main characters in that book, and it follows a flight attendant and a hockey player, and she's working on his plane because she's assigned to basically be the flight attendant for the hockey team. And so it's close proximity, and it's enemies to lovers, and it was so cute. I just loved it so much. And I loved the MMC because he has like a tough exterior, and like it's like the stereotypical like bad boy and like cocky arrogant asshole type of thing. And then the FMC V was not afraid to put him in his place and like stand up to him, and so they had that like banter going back and forth where like they were mean to each other, but like they're both internally thinking he's sexy or she's hot, like when she talks back to me. And so I just really enjoyed their dynamic, and it was dual point of view, and it was just super good. And the only other sports romance I've read is Boys of Tommen, which I don't really feel like is like a classic sports romance because it has so many other themes that take priority over the sports aspect of the book. But I would say this is the only like truly sports romance I've read so far, and I loved it. And I'm going to continue the series, and I'm also going to try out some other hockey romance or sports romance books because I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Like I thought when people talked about sports romance, I was always like, I don't know if I would like it. But I ate this book up, and I'm still, after finishing the book a couple days ago, thinking about Z and B and wishing like I had more of them. So I don't know if I know like a lot of people say that the first book in the Windy City series is like their least favorite, but I love this one so much that like I would be surprised if I find a book in the Windy City series that I like as much as this one. So we'll see. So now I am reading Problematic Summer Romance. I don't have the book in here with me, of course, because I'm reading it and it's in the other room, but I just started it. So far, all I'm getting from it is that she doesn't want to go to her brother's wedding, and that's it. So she's about to go to her brother's wedding. So I literally only read like the first chapter so far. On chapter 12. What I enjoy about this book so far is that it switches back and forth between like present day and then past. So it gets into what's going on at the wedding, present day, and then it goes back in time. You get to learn some of what happened between her and the love interest, which is her brother's best friend, and why she fell for him, and a little bit more of their backstory and their relationship. So I'm really enjoying those chapters more than like what's going on at the wedding. I'm more interested in how they know each other and like what their relationship was like before and why she has such a big crush on him and everything. So I had a little bit of a difficult time getting into this book. I don't know if it was just like I'm not used to Allie Hazelwood's style of writing yet, but it seems like it's a little bit hard to read. Like her writing style is a little bit harder for me to read quickly. I have to slow down and kind of like picture what she's describing. She uses a lot of big words and like words I've never heard of before sometimes, and her descriptions are very detailed. So I'm getting the hang of her style of writing, but when I go from like a writer like Chloe Walsh, where it's very easy for me to read her writing, like I can just read it so fast and know what she's talking about. I don't get stumbled over like bigger words or like very detailed descriptions or anything like that, to where I'm having to slow down and be like, and like wonder and reread it and like wonder what she was trying to say. So I hope I'm making sense. It's the end of the day, so I feel like I am brain dead at this point, and so maybe that has to do with it. But it's a little bit harder for me to read, and it's taking me a little bit to get into this book. But I am enjoying like the backstory of the MMC and the FMC. So we'll see. I'm definitely not going to finish this in time before this reading vlog goes up, but I will read as much as I can tonight. So you know how I was saying like her writing is hard for me to understand, and like she uses big words and stuff? Here's an example. Okay. She says, let's see, I'm trying to find it. She says, laughing about how uncultured we are. Let's go have fun while everyone else convalesces in their sanatoriums. And he said, I don't think that's the correct plural. So I don't use that kind of vocabulary, so I'm not sure what convalesces is or sanatoriums. But I'm not really sure if this is Allie Hazelwood's style of writing, and she's always using high vocabulary, or if it's just because of who the characters are. Like the female main character is like super smart, has a really high IQ, and he's like a big CEO, like owns his own company, and they're both like really smart and have education and everything. So maybe that's what she's going for, is to like show that they're like that. But I don't know. I don't really like it to be honest. Like they're not as relatable to me personally, so it's just like harder for me to connect with the characters, and it's harder for me to like get into their banter when I'm trying to understand what they're even talking about. So I mean, I'm sure some of you guys enjoy this, but, and I'm not saying I hate it, but it's just a little bit hard for me to get into right now. So I'm about like a fourth of the way through, so maybe it'll get better, but I am not, it's definitely my least favorite book that I've read in this video so far. So we'll see if I end up liking it, but right now, not so much. We're gonna give it a chance. Read a little bit more, but I am tired. I'm going to bed. It seems like her and her brother's best friend are going to start exploring Italy together, and so I'm excited to see what their dynamic is like. So far, I don't know, it's hard for me to get into their chemistry so far, because the main male character, is kind of rude and like stuck up, and like you get the vibes that he thinks he's like, okay, obviously he's older than her, but that he's like, okay, you're just a immature little child, and like I'm better than you, and like wiser and older than you, and like it's kind of beneath me to hang out with you, that type of vibe from him. And so I'm just like, I don't really like him so far. So I don't know if that'll change. I know that some of the memories of him are a little bit better than the way he's acting right now at the wedding, but I don't know. We'll see if I change my mind, but it's not going to be in this vlog. So if you want to see what I think about this book, then you'll just have to check out my TikTok or Instagram, and I will be posting a review on there. But this will be all for this reading vlog. I had a great time reading these summary books with you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe, it really helps me out, and I am looking forward to making more content for you guys. Bye.